Over the next few minutes, I'm going to share the exact SaaS SEO strategy that's driven millions in revenue for clients like RB2B, Eventsair, Proposify, and many more well-known fast-growth tech companies. We'll share the exact strategies, tactics, and playbooks so you can exactly copy them yourself. Let's dive in. First up, what the heck is SEO for SaaS? Well, in short, it's about showing up top of Google organic search. When dream clients are searching directly for your solution, software, comparing options, or struggling with an expensive problem you solve, as well as showing up top of AI search like Google AI Overviews, LLMs like ChatGPT, Perplexity, and many more when these target clients are in market for your solution. And SEO used to be thought of going after traffic at all costs, trying to get maximum visitors on your site, when it's really not about that. We'd much prefer high intent prospects that are in market, as opposed to maximizing top funnel traffic that may just be looking to get information and get out. As well as that, a lot of top funnel traffic is being wiped out by AI Overviews, ChatGPT. You'll see impressions are going up, but click-throughs and traffic are dropping. So that's why we want to focus on high sales intent, bottom of funnel, dream clients in market and ready to talk to sales, grab a demo, or sign up. So we'll talk through that full process. But why does SEO really matter for SaaS? Well, so many SaaS companies invest tons in things like paid media, events, outbound sales, and usually SEO and AEO is scraping the barrel when it comes to budget or resource allocation. But you probably know already, the cost of ads is rising. Heavily VC-backed companies can't always rely on this rented land, whether that's social, whether that's paid media. The good thing about SEO is you're building evergreen assets that can compound and scale up over time and reduce your reliance on things like paid ads, outbound sales, and also reinforce all these efforts by building mindshare on both Google Organic and LLMs. So let's quickly talk about the 95-5 rule. You might have heard of it already. What it basically means is at any one given time, only 5% of your total addressable market, so the whole market that you could potentially serve, only 5% is going to be in market, ready to talk to sales about your solution. So instead of wasting time on that 95% that might be messing around, searching for information or similar, let's focus on exactly what those dream clients in that 5% search when they're ready to have that sales convo, grab a sign up, or grab a demo right now. We do need to think about the rest of the funnel, but first off, you want to exhaust that 5%, and then you might slowly work your way up funnel to build mindshare and position your solution as the painkiller when folks have expensive problems that you solve. So one of the first things you want to do once you've nailed your customer research, you know exactly who you're targeting, the ICP, the industries they reside in, and more, you want to build out what I call money keywords. This is where you can target that 5% of the market that are in market for your solution now. And what I usually recommend is building out a Google Sheet or similar with ideally sales team, customer success team, and anyone else that's involved in the sales and marketing process that can add their 2 cents here. And essentially those 4 columns would be what's every way that a dream client could refer to our solution. The second column is what are the industries that we serve best, have the expensive problem we solve, are motivated to solve it, have a lot of cash to invest in our offer, and we've historically sold well into. Column 3 is what are all the competitors that come up on sales calls almost to an annoying level. And column 4 is what's our dream client's jobs to be done, what are their struggling moments, what are the problems that they face that we can solve, or how do they get the job done today, perhaps in-house or struggling with spreadsheets or something like that. And to give you some examples, so if we are talking about kind of what's every way that someone could refer to our solution, if we provided a payroll SaaS, it could be payroll software, best payroll tools, payroll platforms, and various other ways that folks could refer to our offer. Column 2 might be industries, and that could be education, finance, HR, and so on. Column 4, what are the competitors? Well, it could be check writers, it could be paychecks, it could be ADP, and any other competitors that come up on sales calls. And column 4 could be struggling with managed things on spreadsheets or causing churn because there's too much internal admin work or so on and so forth. And you basically want to build these money keywords so you can work out long tail prompts or keywords that dream clients search when they're in market for your offering. You want to prioritize the ones, if you're using a tool like Hrefs, prioritize the ones with high sales intent but low keyword difficulty. So that could be something like, if you're a SaaS company, I always recommend going for competitor alternative keywords first. They generally have a very low difficulty. For example, RB2B, visitor identification software SaaS, one of the first money keywords we did for them was lead feeder alternatives. That's a really big competitor for them. We ranked them top really fast. I think that was in around a month or so working together for a top 10 lead feeder alternatives of 2026 article, close to 0 difficulty, but gets 100 plus searches per month. Those are really high sales intent. No one searches competitor alternative keywords for fun. They do it when they're genuinely evaluating options and looking to kind of make a decision fairly soon. And other ways you can leverage money keywords are putting them together, like best X software for industry, or competitor 1 versus competitor 2, or how to fix struggling moments. So putting all those together, working out which ones have a high sales intent, prioritize the low difficulty, and then build best-in-class content, which we'll talk about in a sec. So when it comes to actually ranking, once you've made your exhaustive list of money keywords, we're prioritizing those low difficulty difficulty but high sales intent ones like competitor alternative, best X, software for industry, and so on. The simplest way of working out what type of content you need to build is to literally Google it. So for example, if we were trying to rank for lead feeder alternatives, like we ranked top recently for RB2B, we would just Google that search term or search it up likewise on ChatGPT, see what type of page ranks well, which is called assessing the page intent. And typically for those type of things, it's usually a listicle based article, like we evaluated the top 10 lead feeder alternatives of 2026. Usually what you do is you'd have the website.com/lead feeder -alternatives as the URL. You'd have lead feeder alternatives within the H1, the single H1 on the page. And then the page format would be a quick intro. You position your own tool or platform or software as number one, but you leverage your customer research to talk about why do folks choose us, how we differentiate in the marketplace, customer reviews, social proof, pros, where we're a great fit, where we're not a good fit, show the product in action so people can see under the bonnet, so people can see the actual aha moment of when your product clicks into play. So for RB2B, where someone is identified on your website and that pings the visitor into Slack for the sales team to get on. And likewise, if it was a landing page, perhaps you saw ranked effectively, maybe you go for the problem, agitation, solution framework, you try and completely blow out the water whatever competitor page is ranking top, try and make your page more authoritative, useful, helpful, add an FAQ section addressing real sales questions, pain points, jobs to be done. And then what you'll find is for those low difficulty keywords, you'll be able to rank with content alone and basic technical SEO. For more competitive terms, you'll need to earn backlinks from niche relevant sites. Partners are a great play here, or guesting on podcasts, as well as brand mentions, so other websites in your niche or other listicle articles where they talk about your product, mention your brand and category. That's a really good way to ramp up your visibility in ChatGPT and other LLMs like Google AI overviews as well. And then the last piece of the puzzle is doing everything we've said, but at speed. Giant competitors, they might have a lot of revenue, but they're going to move really slow. They have a lot of red tape, they have a lot of layers of management, so everything's going to take time for them to sign off through various folks. So building the money keywords could take them months, building a strategy could take more months, building the content, getting it signed off, getting their web dev to then eventually publish, and eventually going live could take anywhere from 6 months onwards, I've seen, for a single article to get published. So the advantage smaller companies, scrappy startups, smaller businesses or medium-sized businesses have is they can move way fast from concept to strategy to execution. So if you build your exhaustive money keywords for in-market buyers, prioritize the kind of lower difficulty terms, build best-in-class content that's going to rank, resonate and convert with dream clients, earn niche relevant backlinks, earn brand mentions, do that at a consistent rate that's going to be repeatable for your business, and you can slowly chip away at those slow-moving competitors and start ranking on both Google Organic and ChatGPT and LLMs for money terms and start driving inbound pipeline as fast as 90 days from publishing. So if you heard enough and you want help implementing this entire system for your B2B tech, SaaS or service company, why not grab a call with me over at breakingb2b.com. We can learn where you're at now, where you'd like to get to, see if we're a good match to start driving pipeline as fast as 90 days with SEO and AEO. So hit the link in the description or head over to breakingb2b.com. Or if you're not ready yet, grab my 90 Days to Revenue SEO playbook at breakingb2b.com and hit that newsletter tab, or try out the weekly podcast Breaking B2B. And with that, I'll catch you on the next one.